I'm gonna try something new today. Not only this weird ass light I have behind my monitor, but I'm gonna be reviewing a TV show instead of a movie. I figured since I finished watching the Batman cartoon, I might as well, just do a free review for it. Just in case I will be publishing a the Batman versus Dracula movie review as well. Probably half an hour after this. I know it's very late, but I've tried recording this before and I messed up, so I'm gonna try again. The Batman came out in 2004, right after arguably the best piece of superhero content in history, Batman the Animated Series. And I never got to watching it. I watched Batman the Brave and the Bold. I watched Batman the CGI show. I've been trying to watch Cape Crusader. I just can't do it. And then obviously other projects. Batman has appeared in like Justice League Action, Justice League Unlimited, Justice League, and every other goddamn Batman movie that's ever existed. So it was kind of weird I never watched this show, and it was only because of one reason, and it was because of Joker. Not because of the voice actor, the lovely the lovely Kevin Michael Richardson. I just completely zoned out. I don't know why. But just because of the design. A lot of the problems I had with this show before I watched it was just the Joker design and some of the other designs. But when you end up watching the show, they actually are spectacular. A bit too spectacular. If you are familiar with the Spectacular Spider-Man show, I think this Batman show is very similar in not only the looks of it, but the story and the characters as well. So, I'm surprised because I love Spectacular Spider-Man. It's probably my favorite Spider-Man anything. So, I don't know why I never got to watching this, and I'm so happy I came around to watching this. This show is great. I don't think it's my favorite Batman show, but the intro, just to start it off perfectly, the intro for the show is great. The first two seasons, at least, the one where it's doing the synths and stuff, and then it ends with the Batman. It's totally creepy and it's awesome, and I wish more Batman projects kind of went into his creepiness, and it's such a shame because after season two, the theme song does a complete flip, and it's more poppy, less metal. I'm not really a fan of it, and the show kind of follows suit. Except the show itself isn't as bad as the theme song, and yeah, I mean the first two seasons of the Batman are great. The first season alone is just like, hey, we're giving you every single Batman villain that we can possibly think of. You get like the ventriloquist, Joker, obviously, Poison Ivy. She might be in season two. Killer Croc, the Riddler, Penguin, obviously. He's probably like the most consistently appearing villain in the show, and then you get Clayface and Mister Freeze. And is there more? And technically Hugo Strange, but he's not a villain at this point. Killer Moth? You damn Firefly? Oh my god, Bagman? Oh, holy Catwoman? Yeah, everyone just appears in the first season of the show, and I love it. I love that it's just kind of we're not going through his origin. It's just kind of like jumping in. We're in the world of Batman, but a lot of these guys didn't exist yet, which was cool. I think that's how most Batman universes should start. I think Batman should be like dealing with low life criminals and all this stuff, but as he goes on, he deals with more and more problems. And I like that this show kind of followed that. Because we don't know what he's doing before this, but we kind of just jump into this. We get Joker, Penguin, all these other characters. Another thing I appreciate about these villains is they all have henchmen in some sort of way. We have Penguin with his weird Japanese ladies who kind of just disappear. I don't recall them dying. They kind of go, and I'm kind of happy because I thought they were weird. I don't know. You have Joker's henchmen who were the two giant clown guys. I thought they were definitely the best henchmen. Killer Croc has like those guys who were stealing from the ship. Uh, Mister Freeze doesn't have any actually. That's probably the only one that doesn't have any henchmen. Uh, the ventriloquist obviously has his henchmen because he's a mob boss, and the Riddler has like his whole Riddler crew. Oh, I love it. I just like that there's so many things involved in this universe, and design wise, I love these designs of these villains. I'll get to Batman later. Joker ends up being so sick. Penguin looks cool with his three fingers, and he's so stubby and short. I love everything. Killer Croc actually looks like a crocodile, which most people don't like because it looks too similar to the lizard. I don't care. I like when Killer Croc looks like a crocodile. I don't like when he has this weird face. I think that's why there is Great White Shark. Is that his name or is it just White Shark? And Killer Croc. I think those two should look separate, but they look way too similar. I like that Killer Croc has a giant snout instead of big flat face. Oh, Bane! I forgot about Bane. He turns red and shit. He looks like the Hulk. It's actually sick. Um, Harley Quinn looks amazing. She just looks like pure psychotic. Poison Ivy, I really don't like. My least favorite villain in the whole show, and I'm happy she doesn't appear more than twice. Riddler looks cool. Mr. Freeze looks cool, but that's where I started to get a few problems with this show. Is the villains are all kind of samey. They all kind of have similar motives. They all want to rob. They're just petty crooks, all of them. Killer Croc's trying to steal, Joker's trying to steal, Penguin's obviously trying to steal, Mr. Freeze is trying to steal, and they don't really have reasons for them. For BTAS, obviously, Mr. Freeze is trying to like bring his wife back. In this, he just wants money, and I don't think they really go into it that much. We get like a flashback, but it just doesn't feel that important to his character. And I mean, every single villain just wants to steal and steal and steal. I think the only one that we get that doesn't want to steal is the game show host. I don't know. I'm forgetting his name. Showman, the big fat guy. He's not usually fat in like comics and stuff, but he's like gigantic. That guy. He's like he just was like a dickhead. Everyone else just wants to steal, steal, steal. So that was my biggest problem with the show. Probably just the villains having similar motives. I thought that was lazy and everything. But I'm done with the villains. So I think we have to talk about the most important part of the show, which is easily Batman. He is so sick. His design is maybe my favorite Batman design in a Batman cartoon. I tried looking at some today. I think I prefer his designs in like the Justice League show and Young Justice, but I don't know the way his cape sits on the floor when he's standing still. He has like this perfect mixture of like the cartoony Batman design with like this yellow logo and also like the gray and whitish. I like that they mix the blacks and blues really well on his cowl and cape and everything, and it's not just all one solid color. For example, like Brave and the Bold, or like the first couple seasons of BTAS, where I think he just has a regular bat symbol and is just gray and black. I like this cool mixture. It just makes it feel more poppy. It's like popping out to you. And as for the voice actor himself, Rhino, there's no way it's Rhino. Rino Romano is fabulous. I think he voiced Spider-Man in Spider-Man the animated series. I could be wrong on that, but he is fantastic as Batman. I think his best attribute is his change between Bruce Wayne and Batman. I think Kevin Conroy is obviously the best voice, especially for Batman himself, but I think Romano might be better at doing the switches and personalities between Bruce and Batman. And I think it also helps that this show just dwells so much into it. Like we get so many scenes in the openings of episodes where he's just Bruce Wayne. A lot of episodes he is just Bruce Wayne. And I don't know, maybe he just had more of an opportunity to show himself off as Bruce Wayne instead of Batman, but he does a brilliant job. And I like how his character changes as the show goes on. Obviously the first two seasons he's full on Batman, but after season 3, he kind of does become this babysitter. And when Batgirl enters, I didn't like the episode. I don't like Poison Ivy in the show at all. I think it's weird. She's just too young. It just doesn't fit. It's so strange. And he becomes like this babysitter to Batgirl. And then when Robin comes along, he just full on goes full father. And it's so cool like seeing this change in his character. He's no longer like this weird secrety Asian guy. He's also going way more out of his way with Bruce Wayne. Like I said, the first two seasons, he's doing Batman a lot. Like season one, especially, it's kind of just Batman, 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 Batman. And the last three seasons, there's so much Bruce Wayne. I love it. I do wish season five had more Batman than Justice League, but I mean, I'll get to that later as well. The side characters in this show are fantastic. I just mentioned Robin and Batgirl. I think they're great. They're dynamic with each other, especially very early on. It's so fun to watch. Like they feel more like brother than sister than just like frenemies, which I really appreciate. Clayface and being Ethan was such a great choice. Usually, if for example Cape Crusader, I mean Clayface is an actor. In the new Clayface movie, he's gonna be an actor. I like that Clayface was a cop who was trying to get Batman, but just never did it because he had so much faith and trust in Batman. And I think the first two seasons work so well because of Bruce's relationship with Ethan. They're childhood friends. They grew up together. They were on a basketball team together, and they work side by side. But obviously, Ethan doesn't know. You also have Yin. I really hope that's the right name. You have Yin, who's the other buddy cop in the relationship with Batman, and she's fantastic as well. It's such a shame that the show moves on from them, uh, but they're replaced with Robin and Batgirl, sort of. But I wish we got more of Ethan and Yin in this show. I mean, the first two seasons were spectacular. They are the best seasons of the show. If Ethan returned after being cured as Clayface, maybe the last few seasons would have been way better than they were, but we never got that. Who else was a side character? I'm zoning out. Obviously, Alfred. Alfred's great. He's hilarious, and I like that he's always putting up a fight when he doesn't necessarily even need to. The Penguin episode where he first meets Penguin, and you find out he has this relationship with the Cobblepots, and he's like actively trying to fight Penguin was so awesome. I also forgot to mention about villains. I like that every villain can put up a fight, and it's not just hey we're smart, we're gonna try to trick Batman. I think it's a good change that they tried doing something unique with the villains. Penguin can do backflips and jump high and kick Batman. That's so sick. Joker is obviously muscular and he's going out of his way to just like punch the shit out of Batman. Clayface using weapons with his powers. I mean, everyone just feels like they're so strong in this universe, which I love. And I like that it goes deeper into the theory that this Dick might be the Robin in the Teen Titans show. I mean, I have to do more research, but that'd be cool if it was like really that connected. Um, while I'm zoning out. Um, yeah. The rest of the side casts like Cash and Gordon, they're cool. They don't appear as much, but they are cool when they show up. And we do get the Justice League in the last season of the show. I think I'm just gonna go on from here. I'm sorry, I'm really bad at reviewing shows. I don't know what my problem is. It's kind of hard for me to talk about. There's so much jumping around and stuff, and I'm not sure what it is, but I'm gonna get to. I'm gonna do this anyway. The Justice League final season is really lame. I wish it didn't happen. I don't like that the finale is essentially just the Justice League finale. It's such a lame way to end off this show. I think the time skip episode would have been a much better ending. The one with Oracle and Nightwing. What the hell? Maybe the whole last season should have been a time skip. It would have been so cool to see Nightwing and older Batman and Oracle all working together. Like what he becomes Nightwing, I think 7, 9 years later in the comics. But I don't know. We just get the one episode and it's thrown into the middle of season 3 or 4. I'm not really sure. And then the last season is just Justice League. You get a Martian Manhunter episode, Superman double premiere, Flash, Green Arrow. What? uh, Green Lantern. I'm zoning out, and Hawkman. And it's just like these episodes just didn't feel like they were meant to be part of the show. It was just meant. I think they were just ways to set up toy sales. I don't know what the time period is with this show and Justice League Unlimited, but I think season 5 came out after Unlimited ended, so maybe they just want an excuse to find toy sales for all these Justice League characters that we haven't seen in a couple years. It's just weird we didn't get Wonder Woman. I don't know what that was about, but yeah. Um, whew, I'm sorry. I think I did a really bad job at reviewing it, but the Batman cartoon is really great. It is very fun, colorful. The soundtrack for the show is really great, and the cast is stacked. You have Adam West, who I love that he returns in almost every Batman project. Obviously, he hasn't for a while because of his death, but I like that he's the mayor. You have Mark Hamill as Tony Zuko. You have Tom Kenny as the Penguin, which is great because Penguin is in so many episodes, and I'm happy Tom Kenny. We got to hear his lovely voice as the Penguin. I think it fits too perfectly. Uh, Ron Perlman is Killer Croc. Obviously, Romano is Batman, but I wouldn't say it's one of the bigger ones. And I don't know. I feel like I'm missing one more big name. Not sure, but no, this cast is so stacked, and I love this show. It's so much fun. This first two seasons, you can honestly stop after those two if you just want a Batman show. But I mean, season three and then season four aren't too horrible. If you want a fun Batman show that explores so many different villains and kind of the decay of Hugo Strange as well, this is a show I'd recommend. It's not long. I think it took me a week or two to finish. I was kind of delaying it because I was watching so many movies in between, but it's really fun. I think each episode's 20 minutes, 12 episodes a season. There's nothing wrong with the Batman. I'm not going to give it a rating. I know I usually give ratings, but I can't rate TV shows. I can't review them. I can't rate them. I just thought this would be fun to do, especially because in 30 minutes I'm going to be uploading the Batman versus Dracula um, movie review. And I'm going to talk about the show in that a bit because some of the problems in that movie are because of this show, but it's fine. This show is fantastic. Go check it out. My first TV show review, I guess.